show us the way to go home. All those who can still keep in the air. You've heard about a wing and a prayer. Well, here's its true definition. Keeping her up by willpower, with or without engines, until the wheels go down. And then those waiting watch and count. 1, 2, 3. An agony of suspense when you know the guy's up there.
Trombone, flapjack here. What is the runway? Over.
Hello, Trombone. Hello, Flapjack. Trombone here. The runway in use is now east to west. East to west. Listening out.
And so the lucky first lower their wheels and come in. The lucky. Who'd be a commanding officer explaining that to the next of kin? Here's a guy with only one wheel down. I wonder if he knows it. He'd be a lot better off if he had both up. But the hydraulics have gone to, well, where all hydraulics go when subjected to fighter cannon fire. Here's hoping and praying for you, bud. Here's hoping and praying. But he's making it. The hell with the field, that can take it. Well, you're down, and in one miraculous piece. And so they come in, one after the other. And after what you've seen, there's more than you ever dared hope for. Welcome back, fellas. And that, my friends, is what round the clock meant way back in 43 and 44. Look at those faces, because they're well worth studying. Men from Kansas and Ohio by day, men from London and Lancashire by night. Day in, night out. To places where those who were there didn't want them to come. To places where they didn't want to go in the first place. And yet they went. Yes, they went because it was a job that had to be done. But please, do me a favor. Arrange things so that they don't have to go there again. Would you do that?
Colonel LeMay, how'd the trip go today?
Well, it went pretty well, except that it was rather dull compared to some that we've had. And while the weather was none too good, we managed to get a great number of bombs on and around the target.
Well, Lieutenant Nutter, you brought us home as usual, I see.
Well, I don't know if it was the usual, Major, but it brought you home this time anyway.
Well, I think you're a good navigator.
Well, thank you. I hope I keep it up on the next raid.
John, if you got the first plane, tell us about it. Well, we was over the target. I looked back, and the ball turretman and the tail gunner and the radio gunner was firing at the ME-109 coming in at 6 o'clock on the tail, and so I decided to open up. And at about 500 yards, I seen that all the tracers was going into him, and very suddenly he blew up in the air, and that was all that we seen of him.
How would you estimate the results? Were they fair, poor, good? Well, there was a break in the in the clouds right over the target, and I saw some of the bombs hit, and they seemed to be very good. What effect do you think the weather had on your bombing?
Well, for one thing, we could see the target clearly. We came in from the IP, and we could observe the target a long time before we got to it.
How many bursts did you let them have?
Oh, about 5.
5. What happened to them?
Well, it just went spinning down. Went in a full spin, didn't he? He turned over and went under the tail.